My name is Herren Project, and today it's a bittersweet day because it's the last educational webinar of the school year. And before we get into that, me and the Herren Project, we've partnered up on this to go through the pillars of a healthy living, happy living lifestyle. And I'm from the organizations, the decisions we make, where I go around and I talk to schools about the importance of the choices they make and how that can affect their life. And so today we're going to be talking about empowerment and how to empower yourself. Now look, I get it. I do. It's super nice out right now. You can see the summertime. School's almost over. Like your favorite time of year is almost here, where you get to stay up a little later, where you get to sleep in a little later, hang out with your friends more, go on vacations, go to the beach. And because of this, like you see the end is near to the school year. And the last place you want to be, I'm sure you're thinking, on like a nice day like today, is in the classroom. Taking tests, taking notes, having to stay in doing homework. And so this right here is what's got you seeing the end of the school year. And not looking at the end of the school year as really having that much value, as being that important. And so that's why you're not really putting in that effort to study for the tests that you may have from now until the end of the year. That's why you may not be putting in that effort to do your homework. That's maybe why you're not paying as much attention as you could be in school. And look, I get it, okay? Because growing up, I had that same attitude around your age. But over the next 25 minutes, you're gonna learn how from now until the end of the school year is actually the most important part of the year. And if you make the decision to finish the school year strong, you're going to create other positive habits in other areas of your life. Before we go over how you can finish the school year strong and affect other areas of your life positively, let's talk about that word we started this webinar off with, empowerment. What does empowerment mean? How does it affect you? How do you get empowered? Let's talk about that for a second. See, empowerment, it is exactly what it sounds like, empower. To give yourself power, to give yourself control, to give yourself authority over your life. Isn't that what you want, right? Isn't that what everybody wants? To have power, to have control, to have authority over the road that you take in life, the person you get molded into, where you end up in life. Because I know I want that. But understand this only happens when you make decisions that empower you. And one of those decisions is finishing this school year strong, is putting in that effort. But when you make decisions that don't empower you, well, then understand that power gets taken from you. And at this point, when you make decisions like that, that is when you lose some of that power, that control, that authority over your life, and you're not able to determine as much the road that you take, the person you become, where you end up in your life. And in a decision that takes that power from you, is not really seeing how much value, how important the end of the school year is. And you're going to hear in a sec how the decisions you're making at the end of the school year will affect other areas of your life. But there's this big misconception when we talk about empowerment. Because a lot of people believe that for you to be empowered, somebody like me has to empower you. But that's not what I'm doing here. I'm not here to empower you because I can't. I can't empower you. I can talk to you about it. I can explain it. I can show you. But at the end of the day, you know who empowers you? You do. You are the one that has to make that decision to bring that empowerment out of you. You are the one that has to make the empowering choice. Because understand, you always have a choice. It's either not empowering you or empowering you. And that's not up to me, that's up to you. So let's talk about how you can finish the school year strong. Let's talk about some of the empowering decisions you can make. The first one we're going to talk about is your perspective. And do you know why your perspective is so important? Because your perspective basically determines the action that you take. See, right now, you don't see the end of the school year, as you've heard, from now until the end of the school year as having that much value. And so because you're looking at it with that perspective, that lens, then you play the story up in your head of why it's not important. And then you give yourself that meaning. And from that meaning, you have these emotions and these feelings which get you to act the way that you are. Like for real, because you're looking at from now until the end of the school year is not important, that's why you're just moseying into class, not really caring. Because you're thinking school year is basically done. Because you don't see the value of from now until the end of the school year, that's why you're not really paying attention when the teacher's talking. You're not taking notes. Because you don't see the value of from now until the end of the school year, that's why you're not really putting in the effort in your homework. And so, as you heard, these types of choices, they take that power from you. You're not going to have as much power, as much control over your life. And so it's important you look at from now until the end of the school year for what it really is. And that is the most important part of the year. That's a fact, it is. I mean, have you ever heard, think about this for a sec. Have you ever heard that phrase? Doesn't matter how you start, but it matters how you finish. Well, that's what we're talking about today. How you finish. Because the beginning of the year, like let's look at it as a race for a sec. You could start the beginning of the race, okay. The middle gets a little better, but then the end, how you finish, right? How you see the end. Some people see the end and they slow down, but it's those people who make that empowering choice in their life to actually put the pedal to the metal, and they just go all out for the rest of the school year, and they overlap those people. And so when you look at this from now until the end of the school year as having value, as being the most important part of the year, because it is, that's when you start making those empowering decisions. You show up on time before that bell rings. You're in your seat. You have your pencil, you have your notebook out, you're ready to take notes. You're sitting in the classroom, engaged. You're actually putting in an effort in your homework. Now, look, I'm not saying that the beginning or the middle isn't important. It's important you try. You put in an effort the whole school year. But what I'm saying is right now, the end. How you act now, as a matter of fact, it really shows your determination. It really shows your commitment. It really shows the type of person that you are. It does. Because it's easy. Like it would be easy for somebody to just say, I'm good. School year is basically over, maybe a few more weeks, however much longer you have, I'm good, that's it. Like I'm done. I got great grades, nothing's gonna happen. I can't bring them up, my grades won't come down, I'm good. And that would be easy to do. That's not an empowering choice. And look, I made that choice, I did. And unfortunately, had the negative effects of it. See, right around your age, as I said, I didn't see the end of the school year as having that much value. So just like you, I'd show up to class every day late. I wouldn't be taking notes, goofing her off in the back. I wouldn't be studying hard for my tests. I thought I got straight B's across the board. I'm good. I'm good. But then my grades, few of my grades dropped a full letter grade. I was shocked. I was shocked when I found that out. Over a few weeks, that could happen for real. And so the next year, what do you think I did? The opposite. Those last few weeks, those last 2 months, 6 weeks, I did everything I could to do as good as I could in the classroom, and I brought a few of my grades up. Look, your teachers, they're going to hold you to that standard that they have the whole school year up until now. Just because the school year is almost over, that doesn't mean that they're going to let you off the hook when you continuously show up late. That doesn't mean they're going to let you off the hook when you don't pass in your homework. That doesn't mean that they're not going to hold you to a standard when you don't do good in the test. They're going to give you the grade you deserve. And they're going to act this way all up until the last bell of the last class. Just see how important for now until the end of the school year is. Finish it strong. Don't give up. And I can sit up here, I can stand up here, and I can talk to you all that I want about finishing strong, about doing the right thing, about seeing how important the end of the school year is. But you want to know what really brings success, not only in school, but in your life? Consistency. Anybody can be consistent in school. Anybody can be consistent in anything for a day or two. But can you be consistent every single day up until the last day of school? To be consistent, to be that person who's sitting up in front, ready when the teacher starts teaching. Can you be consistent to put in that effort every single night to do your homework? Can you be consistent to actually work hard every day on the projects, the papers that you've been assigned? Because look, I would say that this is the most important thing in your life to be successful in anything. We're not just talking about school, all right? When we talk about this, we're talking about life in general. Like, are you an athlete? If you're an athlete, being consistent every day at working towards that sport, doing something to help you to get better. Going to college next year, working towards that grade that you want every day. Or later in life, when you get a job, maybe you're going to get a job after high school. Maybe you're going to get it after college. But whatever it is in your life, working at it, seeing that goal, and making empowering decisions in your life to reach that goal. Because that's what we're really talking about, is consistency. As you heard, anybody can make the choice to do it a few days. But can you be that person that's consistent? That's what we're talking about today. And with consistency, it's important you become consistent in life, because the decisions that you make are going to actually rub off on other areas of your life. Like with the choices that you're making now, I know it just might be just the end of the school year. And you might not see it as being that important. But then that's going to affect other areas of your life. We'll bring back that analogy of being an athlete. So if you don't see the end of the school year as being that important, then maybe in your athletics, you're not going to see the end of your season as being that important. And you're going to make decisions just like you are right now. Because to you, it's not important. So you're not going to be paying attention to the coach when they're talking, when they're drawing up a drill, when they're explaining a play that they want to run. You're not going to be paying attention when they're on the bench trying to talk to you. You're not going to be working hard in practice. You're not going to be working hard in the game. Like, if you really think about it, what you're doing is you're wiring your brain to think a certain way. You're creating habits in your life. And it's up to you. I can't do it for you. Your teachers can't do it for you. Your parents can't do it for you. It's up to you to decide how you're going to live your life. Are you going to empower yourself, or are you going to take that power away? And that's all determined with the choices you make. And so let's go over 3 choices that can help you to be consistent, that can help you to empower yourself, whether it's in school or any area of your life. The first thing is scheduling. Having a schedule is so important in success, in consistency. Now, when I say a schedule, we're talking about school today, but again, this, as I said, this goes for other areas of your life too. It's the end of the year and you have projects, you have tests, maybe you have quizzes, papers to write. Writing in when those are due. When's that paper due? When's that quiz due? When's that big assignment due, that project? And then mapping out until then what you're going to do every single day to hit that goal, to get that grade you want on the project. Because you don't want to be that person that's sitting in class and the teacher goes, all right, those projects are due in a few days, and you completely forgot about it. Like this time of year, it can be a little overwhelming for some people. Because again, you have final tests, you have quizzes, you have projects. And so it's a great way to prepare yourself to map out how you're going to succeed at that paper, at that project, at that big test you're going to take. And it helps to calm you down. It helps to relax you. Because as I said, it can be a stressful time of year. So making that schedule really helps you to map out what you're going to do, when you're going to do it. And understand that I'm not saying consistency every single day, that you got to put in hours and hours of work. But I'm saying every day, do something. Do something to help you to reach that grade, to reach that goal that you have in life. And at the end of the day, it's important that you really reflect on your day. It can just be a few minutes. Did you do something today that helped you to get maybe just a step or a half a step closer to where you want to go in your life, to succeeding at that thing that you really want? Number 2, accountability partner. This is huge. Whether you're in middle school, whether you're in high school, whether you're in college, or even if you're out of college, you have a job. An accountability partner is humongous for empowering yourself, but also succeeding in life. And what an accountability partner is you and another person weekly hold each other accountable. You talk to the person and you let them know that some things you may have due, and they're going to do the same. And it's not a one-way street. They don't just hold you accountable. You hold each other accountable on what you have due, what you have to get done that week, your goals essentially for that week to be able to succeed at the project or whatever it is that you're trying to get attained. And you should be checking in with each other 2, at least, I would like to see 3 times a week. 3 times a week would be great. Talking about, okay, I struggled with this week. It was hard. It wasn't easy. And that person that's holding you accountable, okay, all right, so it wasn't easy. You struggled with it. Why do you think you struggled with it? You talk it through. You help each other out. Like you're helping each other grow. You're helping each other to empower your life to get to that next level. Because understand, nobody in their life can succeed by themselves. That's just a fact. It is, right? You have people help you with your homework. You have people help you in different areas of your life. Nobody can go through life by themselves. And having an accountability partner is huge to help bounce ideas off of, to help you when you're struggling in different areas. And they may be able to help you when you're having maybe a mental block on doing something. Talking to somebody, I feel as though, for me, and I know a lot of other people, helps them. And the biggest thing here is don't be afraid to let them know, I really am struggling. I really am having a hard time with this right now. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody in life gets stuck. Everybody in life has trouble with things. And this is an empowering moment here when you're able to say, I need help. Such an important word. So crucial. I need help. And that person's going to help you. And you're going to get through it. You're going to get over what you've been going through. So have that accountability partner from now until the end of the year, but also have accountability partners in other areas of your life to help you grow, to empower you. And then the last thing is that negative self-talk up here. See, that negative self-talk up here, that is what kills action, right? We'll go back for a sec to the accountability partner. You're really frustrated. You're having trouble with something. You don't have that accountability partner to talk to, someone to help you. You start talking negatively to yourself up here. And now you start saying things to yourself like, I'm not good enough. I can't do this. Like, I'm not worthy. This is too hard. And that's when you're just like, I'm done. You get frustrated and you stop. And that's not an empowering action to just give up. So everybody though, right? Just like everybody is going to struggle with things in their life, whether it's in life, whether it's in school or other areas, understand that you're going to have that negative self-talk. Everybody does. And so here's a little trick to help to empower you when you go through that tough time and you're talking to yourself negatively. When you say, I can't do this, and you say the because, this is too hard, I give up. I'm not good enough to do this. Right after you say that, reverse it. When you say, I can't do this, it's too hard because, and you give a reason, you say, no, I can do this, I got this, and then give the reason, right? So an example would be, I can't do this paper, it's too hard, it's too long, I give up, I'm done with this. I can do this, I can get through this. I've done papers before just like this or even harder. So don't let that negative self-talk take that power from you. Reverse it right after you say it and empower yourself to take action. So remember, number one, schedule. Especially for the rest of your school year. What papers, what projects, what tests, quizzes do you have right now, right? At the end of the year. I would even say, be bold, go up to your teacher and say, are there any tests, any quizzes, maybe anything you can tell me about now that you haven't said to the class? Want to get a jump start? And maybe they'll say no, but you never know. But ask them. Schedule it, that project, that paper, that test that you're going to have, and then map out what you're going to do up to that day to actually succeed at it. Number two, accountability partner, somebody you can bounce ideas off of, somebody that's going to be able to help you to get through those hard times, somebody that's going to be there to empower you when you're down. And then number three, that negative self-talk. Don't let it take from your action. Don't let it take that power from you. Right after you say it, reverse it and give yourself that power, that control over your life. You know, it's in life, you're going to go through those times that you're going to have that power taken away from you. You are. And it's just going to feel like you're not going to be able to get through it. You're just going to feel like you're beat down, like there's no way you're going to be able to overcome whatever it is you're struggling with. But just know, you have that power in here. You can get through anything you want to, but it's up to you to make that empowering choice to get over whatever it is you are struggling with. Your parents can't do it for you. Your teachers can't do it for you. Your friends, they can't do it for you. They may be able to support you along the way, but you are the one that determines the power that you have over your life. Finish this school year strong, because it's not only going to affect you with your schooling and your grades, but it's going to affect how you act in other areas of your life. Thank you. I will open it up if anybody has any questions about anything at all, anything they heard today on empowerment, on making those positive decisions, on making those choices that take the power away from you, what you can do from now until the end of the year to succeed, anything at all. Anything, any questions from the students, from the teachers? Anybody? Welcome. You're welcome. It says, thank you, Eric. I am starting to feel like I am slacking. What is my first step to take to get back on track? Well, great question. All right, I'll say it again. I feel like I am slacking. What is my first step to take to get back on track? Well, you already took the first step. You don't even know, you already took the first step. You realize that you're slacking. So there you go. Kudos to you, all right? Now, the second step would be take some sort of action. It doesn't have to be a big type of, doesn't have to be something that's big. Take a small little step right now, okay? So let's say, for example, you're really struggling to get your homework done. What you want to do here is at night, have a little block of time that you're going to sit down and you're going to, let's say it's 15, 20-minute blocks, and you're going to take action. You're going to focus. You're going to try to go to a quiet place in your house or wherever you are, and you're just going to take action on it. But the biggest thing is that you get a little done than you were before, all right? It doesn't mean you have to run the whole race at once. Let's just say you're only able, for example, you're only able to get through 1/3 of your homework. If you get to 2/3 of your homework for some reason, right, you're able to do that, that's a win right there. But that's a great question. The first step is realizing you're slacking. The second step, take a little step forward. Because a lot of times when we try to take this big leap forward, then we get overwhelmed because we didn't do what we wanted to do up here, because we had this big goal, this big thought, this thing that we saw in our mind. So take a little action step forward. Great question here. I have some students, oh, wait a minute. So, hi, Eric. I tell my students that they are in charge of their own empowerment. However, I have some students that feel like they have no power. What would you say to them? That's a great question. All right, so again, this person's saying, I tell my students that they have power over their life, but they feel like they have no power. What would I say to them? I would say to them that look at your decisions, right? Look at the choices that you've made in your life. Like that right there is determining your power. Your choices are determining the road that you take. They're determining the person you become, where you end up in your life. And so you want power over your life. You want control. As I talked about, think about something that you really want to achieve in your life. All right. And then you make decisions based on that. So for example, if I really want to get if I want to get a good grade on a final paper, and for me to have that power, I'm going to make decisions that are going to be based on really putting in the time, the effort to get that grade that I'm looking for on the paper. Now, an example would be, I know I have to put in time to work on the paper, but at night, my friends, they're going out, and I know that I have a lot to do. Well, this may take some sacrifice, and maybe that night you say, I can't go out tonight, but maybe the next time you guys go out, I can go. The biggest thing that shows the power, the control, just about everything in our life is the choices that we make. So again, I would say, think about that thing you want in your life, and you're making decisions based on getting it, right? So when you're making a choice, it's like, okay, option B, going out with my friends right now, not putting in the time that I need to work on the paper, that's not going to give me power. That's not going to help me to get the grade that I want. To help me to get the grade that I want is going to do the other option, which is put in the time, put in the effort on that paper. Align your choices with what you want in your life, and you will have power in your life. Because let me just throw this in there too. If you don't know what you want out of life, right? If you don't have any goals, then it doesn't seem like you have any power because you have nothing to attain. So you're just walking around aimlessly and there's nothing for you to align your choices with. When you have something you want to attain in life and you make choices towards it, that gives you power. That gives you a sense of control, authority, because you're on that road to where you want to go. Great question. This is a great question. What do you think is the simplest decision a person can make that will make the biggest impact on the direction of their life? Simply just taking action right there, right? Making the decision to take action on what it is you want. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a huge step, taking little steps. And then all of a sudden they get bigger and they get bigger and they get bigger. Because understand, not making a choice to go after what you want, you're making a choice. When you don't, as crazy as this may seem, when you don't take action, that's a decision. You are deciding not to do anything. So the biggest choice is going to be to actually start, to get the ball rolling. And then I'm telling you, once you get that ball rolling, it's going to get bigger, it's going to get bigger, it's going to get bigger, and you're going to get closer, and you're going to get closer, and you're going to feel that sense of power, control. But understand, I don't want to sugarcoat this, all right? It's not going to be easy where it's just going to be, you're going to get what you want. You're going to go through some ups, you're going to go through some downs, because that's just a part of life. But if you stick with it, if you keep making those choices in your life to attain what you want, then you'll have that power over your life. It's all in the choices that you make. That's a great question. So start. Make that decision to start. Even if it's just for 5 minutes in the day towards whatever you want to do. And then later, maybe a few weeks down the road, it's 10, then it's 15. And it will snowball. And you'll start to feel that sense of accomplishment, that sense of power, whatever it is you want to do. Great question. I have friends that are starting to make some bad decisions, and I want to help empower them to make choices, to make better choices. How can I help them? Well, that's a great question. And as I said, remember, you can talk to them, okay? You can explain that you care about them, that you don't want to see anything happen to them, that you'll do anything you can to help them. Come at the conversation soft, but at the end of the day, you're not responsible for their outcome. They are, right? As you heard at the beginning, I can't empower you. I can show you, I can help you, I can support you through the process. I can walk you through the journey and help you. But at the end of the day, they have to empower themselves. They have to feel it in here. They have to want it. And you can help them to want it. But again, you can't be around them 24/7 making those choices for them. So I would say be there to support them. Be there to let them know that you want to see them do good, that you're afraid of the road they're going down. But at the end of the day, it's up to them. They have to make the choice to empower themselves in those stressful and those tough, struggling moments that they may go through in their life. But you can always help. I've seen it done plenty of times to where others help to support, talk to people. And they actually, when they talk to them, that person really recognizes it and the power comes out. And they start to make empowering choices. And they were going down this road, but now they're going down that road. So you can help them with it. But remember, you can't empower them. They have to empower themselves. It has to come within. Great questions. Keep them coming. Any more? I'll wait another 45 seconds, minute here, and then we'll wrap it up if that's it. Oh, we got another one. What are daily practices that you can do to help grow your empowerment within you? Great question. I will say it again here. What are daily practices that you can do to help grow your empowerment within? I would say making decisions in your life that make you feel good, that are going to be healthy choices, right? So I'm not saying you go out and you drink to get drunk because you feel good, or you're going to smoke to get high. No, I'm saying to empower yourself. A big part of it is doing things in your life that make you feel good, that put you in that state, your body and your mind in that state of empowerment, of feeling good. So if you're someone that likes to be active, go for a walk, go to the gym. If you're someone that likes to read, read a book. Do those things in your life that you enjoy, that help you feel good. Because then when you feel good and you do things that you enjoy, then you're more apt to feel better and to make better choices in your life. Because look, for me, I know, here's a perfect example. I know that if I don't do something to move my body on a day, I'm just not going to feel as good. I'm just not going to feel as empowered. So I have to hop on the bike and go for a ride. I have to go for a walk. I have to lift some weights. I have to do something like that every single day to empower myself, to make myself feel better. And again, that's just me. Maybe something is different for you that you need to be doing to help you feel good, to help empower you. That's a great question. Anybody else? Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, students, teachers, everybody else on here. What I'm going to do right now is, before I sign off and close it out, if you have any questions about anything else, I'm going to put my email in the chat here. And please don't hesitate to email me next week, the week after that, or in the summertime about any questions you may have. That's my email right there, eric@thedecisionswemake.com. Again, it was a pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to talk to you, to open up your minds, and hopefully you left here empowered to go make change, and you're looking at, especially the school year, differently, and you're going to finish strong. You're going to empower other areas of your life so you can succeed at what it is you want to do. All right? So take care, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day and the rest of the week.